Happy New Year to y'all too, baby. Hey, day one. Day one of 2026. Let's ball out and shine. But check this. Yo, Indiana. Look, they came on the scene last year. The coach said, Google me, boy. Yeah, Google me. Winning. Now, I told y'all know last year it was 4 teams that had that bye week. All 4 teams lost. All right, so far, we're in the third game. Ohio State had a bye week, lost. Texas Tech had a bye week, lost. Indiana, they finna win. Indiana about to win this. This over. Indiana is winning. Tonight, Georgia versus Ole Miss. In my mind, I feel like Georgia should win because it's Georgia. And Georgia know how to get things done. But, and then on top of that, Ole Miss doesn't have Lane Kiffin as the head man. So this make me believe that Georgia gonna take that win tonight. But I don't know because every team except for who? Except for Alabama. Yeah, Alabama, because Alabama played that first game. Yeah. Alabama, who did they play? I forgot who Alabama played, but Alabama played and they barely got out that game. Alabama played, they barely got out that game. Right now, when you look at this thing, the head coach for Indiana is him, y'all. I think he gonna be hard to beat. Indiana is going to be hard to beat. They just confidence, they cocky, they got the players, they got that dog in them. They gonna be hard to beat, y'all. Miami got that fight in them too now. Miami got that fight in them too. So I like that. Miami has the opportunity to keep going. I remember when I looked into the games, when I said, okay, the 4 games, I felt Indiana was going to win, Texas Tech and Oregon, I said, I ain't know, and Ohio State and Miami. I think at the end, if I had to pick, I went with Ohio State, but yeah, Ohio State got that tail katapa. Y'all, this college football hard. This college football is hard. Ain't nobody worrying about who should have got in, who shouldn't have been in. Right now, if you don't come with your A game, you getting up out of there. And who hot to me is Miami look like they hot right now. Miami look like they on a roll. Indiana look like they on a roll. Again, I got to see Ole Miss and Georgia tonight. But for the most part, outside of Indiana, everybody who took that bye week took the L. Indiana is not. They're going to be the first team. They'll break that trend. Last year, all 4 lost. The first 2 games, yesterday and today, both took a L. So Indiana finna break that record and say, nah. We going to the next round. We are going. I don't know what's gonna happen out that next round, but Indiana say they going in this one. As far as Oregon, they won, but Texas Tech didn't really look all that. Like Texas Tech had no offense. Texas Tech applied no offense. In the Ohio State game, Ohio State looked at rusty. Then Ryan Day calling plays. I already knew that wasn't going to go right with Ryan Day calling plays. Ryan Day ain't called plays in maybe in some years. Well, at least 2 or 3 at the bare minimum. So Ryan Day just getting a job, man, calling plays? No. Ryan Day, that ain't happening. You ain't getting this one. So I think Ryan Day was his own downfall. He needed his offensive coordinator that's now the head coach at South Florida, which, South Florida right by me, so I get to check that head coach out and his staff right there in person. But when you let him go, that messed up the whole situation. And then tonight, you have, and then back to Miami. With Miami, when they boy got that pick 6, you take the pick 6 off, it's what? Instead of 17, it's 14-14. Yep. I think if you take that pick six off, it'd have been, yeah. Take that pick six off, the game a whole different game. But that come with the game. But that comes with the game. And y'all, do y'all see how many players are transferring? This is like Transferville. It's so many guys getting in the portal right now. I feel bad for a lot of coaches. And at the end of the day, if you're not a big-time school with big-time money, your players going to get up out of there on you. Listen, again, if you're not a big-time school with big-time money, your players getting up out of there. You got to be in the right conference with the right money. That's how it is right now. Right conference, right money. But let me see what y'all talking about. Madison, what's good? Pete, what's happening? Brandon, what's good? Miss Beverly. Jay Will, JB. You said Bama is stressed. Yeah. See, I'm cool. I ain't got no dog in the fight. So I'm just watching it. I felt like Indiana was winning that. Like my cousin, he went to the playoff game down there in Miami, Oregon and Texas State. He said, man, the game's so sorry. Then he said, yeah, Bama finna go to the next round. I said, you think Indiana finna lose to Bama? He was like, yeah. They don't have no NFL players on their team. They ain't got nobody. I said, bro, Indiana finna work. Yeah, this pretty much a wrap. JB, you might as well don't look at that game no more. They not coming back. Frog, you say, wait, Bama, to come back. Nah, not today. If they come back, I'll be shocked. I would totally be shocked. JB, you say Texas Tech didn't look like themselves. They didn't. It's too much time off. And then I heard the announcer saying that the coach was trying to, week one, focus on themselves. Week two, focus on Oregon. Man, forget that. Ain't no focus on me. I'm looking at Oregon. I would have told my boys, man, we'd have had a scrimmage game. We would have had a scrimmage game. I'd have told players they'd have got more money. I give you more money right now if you could go out here and act like you Oregon and beat us. I give you more money right now, boy. It'd have been first team versus first team. Whoever can hold up. Cause boy, we got to play some ball. I would have made my first team. Boy, I couldn't have did that. I did scout. I made that scout team. I told that scout team, you beat them, I give you extra money. Boy, we'd have went hard. Frog, you say Texas Tech need a quarterback. Brandon, you say I don't see Bama scoring the rest of the game. Indiana has the Bama quarterback rattled. Yeah, this pretty much a route. This they game. That man finna come out and win this game. Listen, I expect Indiana to be good, but you never know how it's gonna turn out. So you better try to do all you can while you can. So while he on this run, he better go and run it up. I believe Indiana could win it all, y'all. I believe I got to see how Ole Miss and Georgia look tonight, but Miami look like they kind of got that guy. Oregon, for some reason, they just... Now, Bama did hurt themselves by not punting that ball. When they was on their side of the field with 30 yards to go or something like that, why would you do that? That was dumb. And early in the game. JB, you say don't let Dan Lanning win a chip. I don't think he is this year. Now, he might, but I just don't see it. I don't see it this year. Not with Indiana, hot as they are. This Indiana. D-Bell, you said, Seymour, what's your thoughts on Mendoza? Mendoza holding it down. He holding it down. Now, as far as what he going to do in the league, that I don't know. He ain't make me watch him enough like, ooh. And then somebody did the breakdown on Mendoza. Like, now this game he doing good, but as far as the breakdown for him going to the league, somebody was like, all his magnificent games were against trash teams. When they played some real squads, he ain't really shake nothing. I don't know what to consider Bama, because Bama shouldn't even been in the playoffs, but hey, they there. I think you really could have gave that spot to Notre Dame. They only had 2 losses, but you could say Notre Dame didn't play nobody. And everybody they played, they lost to. But everybody they played made it to the chip. So, yeah. Got time, you say Oregon not winning the Natty. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it's going through Miami or Indiana. And I think at the end of the day, it's going to be Indiana. Y'all can mark me down for that. I think Indiana going to win it all. Got time you say Indiana look like most physical team. It feel like they going to win it all. It do. Real, you say if Alabama scores first drive in the second half, Alabama will win. We going to see. We going to see. Even if they go down and score, they must stop Indiana for coming right back down and scoring and putting them back basically at halftime again. 205, you say, so it's safe to say the late 80s Jimmy Johnson era of Miami are back. They got that fight to them. I don't know if we saying they back because, look, after Beck leave, who finna be our quarterback? You know me, I'm a Florida boy, so I'm saying who. Who finna be their quarterback? In Miami, who is going to be the quarterback when Miami play? Who they got to get a quarterback. Miss Claire, you say I'm cheering for Indiana because of Benson. Yeah. Benson, my boy. Brandon, you say Indiana, I say Miami. They playing with a bigger chip. That could be the game. Do they come through the same path? No, I think it's Oregon. Oregon play Indiana. Right? Or Georgia play Miami. Or Ole Miss. Somewhere like I got to go back and look at it. But right now they hot. I still got to see what Ole Miss them do tonight. Ole Miss and Georgia. Ole Miss coming off of playing, so they should be hot. Georgia coming off of just sitting there. Got time you say Oregon too soft. I just don't like they defense came to play, but they didn't have nothing to really go against. Indiana hard to stop, y'all. Indiana got a defense. Indiana got an offense. Indiana got a coach who betted on himself like, boy, I'm him. I do it, boy. Woo! Y'all better look at that. Look, that man said at 50, he said, forget that, I'm betting on me. Froggy said the game back on. Hey, it's gonna CF, the Ole Miss and Georgia game come on at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock. And y'all know, boy, y'all know I gotta come back on at some point today and talk about Coach Prime and what's going on over there. Woo. But y'all, it's been rough for everybody. If you're not at elite situation, and what I mean by elite is you got cash, and everybody know you got cash, and you're winning right now. See, Coach Prime 1-24. If he could have got some cash, if he could have really got some cash the first 2 years, and everybody knew he had cash, he could be rolling. JB, you say they transfer portal in general? Yeah, listen. Woo! Y'all, there's some teams I've been watching. All I could do is I feel bad for them. But this the way we are in college football now. Kids want money, and I get it. But when the kids get the money, you got to know what to do with the money because, well, you play with this money, you be out of there. Craig, you said Mendoza, while good, is false positive. Look at what he did with, well, I told you, I've been telling y'all for the longest. Indiana had that coach, not Indiana, the coach. That coach has a system. He been implementing this system since 50. And he started at D2, went to D1, D1AA, now he at the highest of the high. His system is like that, and he produced quarterbacks all the time. Put it like this, Indiana quarterback next year is going to shine. Matter of fact, Indiana quarterback last year, with our first time really knowing, well, no, we know about Kurt when he was at JMU. But as far as big-time ball, Kurt, Indiana, quarterback ball last year. Kurt, quarterback this year, ball. Kurt, quarterback next year, gonna ball. Kurt, quarterback at JMU, ball. His system is nice. I don't know what he got going, but that system nice. Ms. Claire, you said Shedeur was going to help financially, but they pushed him to the 5th round. Whew. It shouldn't be his duty to help. It got somebody slacking on money in the big Boulder, Colorado sits in a seem like ultra wealthy area. Like you don't see a lot of nothing around there. It's just beautiful mountains and the school. Okay, if we got all that and we supposed to have all these billionaires somewhere around the school, somebody need to pay up. Brandon, you say, I just hope that the boys are hearing the poor to know that they're going to get picked up. Don't get out. Yes. See, it's a lot of teams. Yeah, it's a lot. That's why I'm going to come back on today and we're going to talk about that. CF, you say, I didn't know about Colorado. You don't know about Colorado next season. We're going to talk about it. They got to hit that Porter hard. JB, you say, as the playoff teams start losing, their players going to jump too. It is. But it's players transfer from all teams. But the worse your record is, the worse your money is, the more people going to leave. And the lower your level is, and they ball, they leaving too. Yeah, they leaving too. Yeah, they leaving too. But, hey, I'll be back on later today on College Football with Colin Moore. And y'all know I'm coming on Life Football, talk more NFL. But, yeah, I'm coming back on here. I'm coming back on later today to talk about Coach Prime. And I'm coming back on at some point with that Georgia game. Hey, holla at y'all. Holla at y'all. Holla at y'all.